All right, guys, I've done a series of videos on why you should earn multiple streams of income from home. I've told you about people who depend on a marketing system, and then without notice, that marketing system is gone. It gets shut down. I told you a story that happened recently to a major marketing system that left all of its members stunned. I was prepared because I don't depend on one thing, but a lot of people did. I've told you that you can't trust that everything you're doing is going to last. You just can't. It's everything changes all the time. Like you're involved in internet marketing, for example, well, I'll give you a good example of something that's changing, something pretty big. This is not, people depend on their income through this. It's called Squidoo. Squidoo, a lot of people have, for another business I'm involved in, which is Zazzle and ImageKind. A lot of people depend on Squidoo because that's one of the top sites to advertise those things. They call them lenses, and I find it to be a little bit of a complicated site, but it has got a huge community of people. And that's what makes Squidoo work, because somehow it's connected, and when you work in a business where you're creating products like t-shirts and all that, it's very hard to advertise that online. You go to Squidoo, you write about it, and then you add to it. And then you develop a really good following. And this is how a lot of people make their sales on those sites. That's how most of them get their sales. Any kind of tutorial you see about doing working with Zazzle or Cafe Press or ImageKind or Fine Arts America, you're going to see Squidoo come up. Well, Squidoo is now going to shut down. They are shutting down. And they are moving or joining forces with Hub Pages. So everybody's blog post that's on Squidoo is moving to Hub Pages. Well, let me tell you something. I was a member of Hub Pages for a long time. I became a member of them years ago. And the community is just not there. Not the same as Squidoo. It's just not the same. So that's what the big loss is going to be. So all of these people who depended on Squidoo for that community is going to lose it. Sure, you could go transfer all of your posts to Hub Pages, but Hub Pages is like Blogger. It's very similar to Blogger. It's set up almost similar, in a similar way. But it's your community at Squidoo that matters. So all of those people are going to lose that community who helps promote their product. I bet nobody saw that coming. Squidoo's been around for a while. It's very popular. I bet all the members never saw it coming. They're probably stunned right now. The same thing when it works for any business you do online. And that's what today's video is about. I have an Etsy shop. I have a Fiverr business. I do stock photography and stock high definition video. I work with Zazzle. I have a Cafe Press shop, ImageKind, Fine Arts America, and of course the marketing business. I even started another job where I help name companies. I actually do. I know this sounds like a lot, but I do most of this work in the morning. I multitask pretty good, and I have a system down. But the bottom line is, right now, my lantern business is slow as hell. I've gone 2 weeks with maybe making 1 or 2 sales, until today when someone just placed a big order. Then the Fiverr business. I had someone come to me 2 months ago. One of my first customers, actually. And they always place big orders. And they were talking to me about the fact that they had thousands of sentences they wanted recorded for my voiceover gig. This was going to be a big job that was going to give me enough money to cover 2 mortgage payments. So I was excited about it, and I wanted to get that money quickly to make those 2 payments. So I worked it out with them, and they started placing their orders, and I had it timed out. It only took me an hour a day to do it, and I was making anywhere from $75 to $150 a day. It was great. Doing it 7 days a week. But then they stopped. They went 3 days without ordering. They write back to me and go, sorry for the delay. We're going to be ordering every day. They placed the order that one day, and then they didn't order again. So I contacted them the other day, and I'm like, what's the deal here? You told me there were going to be thousands of sentences. I was depending on this. I made a deal with you. And then you just disappear? What's going on here? Let me know what's going on. They contact me and say, oh, we decided to stop this for a while and do some testing. So now I don't have that to depend on. And the thing with Fiverr for me, everything happens in waves. I'll get all these orders and I'll have orders coming in from every direction, and then suddenly nothing. It's dead. I haven't done a Fiverr order now in about 3 weeks. Then the marketing business, same thing. I'll get all these people joining my list. Just the other day, 3 people came through a safe list that barely gets me any traffic. I mean, safe lists don't work, but this particular one I keep going anyways, just because it doesn't take a lot of my time. And I had 3 people come in at the same time. Yet the next day, nobody. Some days you got money coming in, sales coming in, everything looks great, and then suddenly nothing's happening. And that's what happens. You can't depend upon one particular business, especially when you start out. I've been doing this now for 2.5 years. That's just not long enough. From what I've been learning from all the research I've been doing, it could take 5 years until you have a decent, steady flow of income from the things that you do. Because by then, you've developed a good reputation, hopefully. You've developed a strong online presence. I mean, my online presence has grown strong. My lantern business, all you have to do is put Hurricane Lantern and my product comes up. It takes time. It takes content. The more content you have, the better. The more blog posts you write, the more videos you create, the more you get yourself out there. I mean, I'm seeing some videos getting barely any views and other ones where the views are starting to grow. A lot more people are subscribing to my channel now than they were before. A lot more people are commenting now. I'm getting a lot of activities, but it took 2 years for that to happen. So I suggest you do multiple things. Don't depend on one thing. Whether you do 2 or 3 things and then focus on that. Everything that I'm doing right now is, until I get the one thing I want to work to make, to be bringing in that steady flow of income, then everything else I end. The business where I name companies, that's just a temporary thing, and eventually I'm moving on from that. I do want to end my lantern shop eventually. I want to end Fiverr. And eventually, the only businesses I want to work in will be the marketing business, my Zazzle shop, and stock photography. And all that stuff I can do in little time. And that allows me for the rest of the day to work in my entertainment business. But that's how you have to do things. You got to set your goals, decide what's most important, but then make sure you understand that not one thing's going to last. It could disappear at a moment's notice. So you have to be prepared. And you've got to earn multiple streams of income and then work on each thing. That's how you have to do it. And even when you make one thing work and you have a steady flow of income coming in, you should at least have something else as a backup. Because if you lose it, you don't get unemployment. There is no help for you. You're back to square one again. You got 0 income coming in. That's why. If you are right now concerned about what I'm saying, because this is a warning that I don't tread lightly on, this is very important, then I invite you to come to my website and check out my product page, check out my opportunity page. There are plenty of things there. I do, like I said, I do multiple streams of income. The marketing business alone, I have many things that I do. And these are things that I believe in. I don't work in anything I don't believe in. So if you're looking for something, you will find it there. And I'm always adding new stuff. I have some other stuff I want to add soon too. So maybe by the time this video airs, it'll be up. So I invite you to go to my website and check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Thank you for watching the video. To become a subscriber of my channel, click on the big red button. And hey, while you're at it, please visit my website at jrwork.biz. There's a lot of cool stuff there, money-making opportunities, and you might find some surprises as well.
Excuse me?
But it's a secret. You have to go there to find out.
I gotta take a poo. Hello? Can I go now? I gotta take a poo!